Hey guys, how is everybody doing? I am back. I am so glad to be recording in real time now. No more backlog of videos that I have to get out to you. So man, that was a lot. So, and it took a long time too, and I'm sorry, y'all. I was busy and trying to recover and disappointed a little bit and all that good stuff. Not pregnant. Now my stomach is just still big from Retrieval. Let me let you see. Still big from Retrieval. So that will have to go down. Okay. What I wanted to share with you today is the supplements that I took during Retrieval. And so yes, I'm gonna be showing you what I took during egg retrieval. You guys know we got a lot of eggs last time and we got the same amount this time. A lot of that has to do with the AMH, the egg reserve, and mine is high, so that is more than likely why we got as many as we got. Now, the last time we retrieved, we didn't have as many as mature as we did this time around. So some just dwindled off the last time, and we got like 14 to freeze. 14 to freeze is not bad. That's really good. Had we done genetic testing, then we would have known how many were abnormal, excuse me. Since we didn't do that, we didn't know what was it, the first 6 embryos that we transferred. We don't know, or we didn't know the results of them, if they were normal, abnormal, whatever. The second transfer, we had a miscarriage. We done a biopsy and found out that one was normal, one was abnormal. So that was the first indication that we had some abnormal, which everybody has embryos that are abnormal when you go through this process, because in vitro fertilization is not a normal process. So you're injecting hormones, whatever, and you're trying to, get this rapid growth, and that's not normal. So you're gonna come out with some abnormals. So it wasn't until we tested the last 8 that we had, and we found out that 5 was abnormal out of the 8, and 3 was normal. And I asked about that process. I was like, okay, so we have these abnormals, and like, could we potentially have that same amount next time? And my nurse told me, yeah. She didn't say it like that. She was just like, yeah. And it was some question that I asked. I can't remember, but no, I asked, would the CoQ10 help with genetic abnormalities that the embryos may have? She said that or maybe that wasn't the question that I asked. I'm sorry, my eye is itching. I put on these lashes and it's just itching. I don't know why. She said that, no, I don't even remember if that was the question that I asked or not. But I remember this response from some question. I don't know, because I asked a lot of questions, y'all. She told me that, like, during the, fertilization, when the egg is, splitting into the different cells, like day 1, day 2, day 3, 4, 5, During that process is when the abnormalities come up. You know, if they don't divide right, or not if they don't divide right, or whatever, like whatever their process is, that's when some of the abnormalities may come about. So I was like, okay, so I was thinking I know like CoQ10 is to help improve the egg quality. And I felt like if you improve the egg quality, you can improve the overall of the process. That's what I was thinking. You know, bad quality eggs are gonna bring out bad quality embryos. So, and how that quality is formed at the end, it would be a good embryo or a bad embryo. But I feel like you start off healthy, you're gonna end with healthy. Now granted, that's not gonna be the case with all of them. I understand that, but I was just trying to improve everything else. So I remember in the beginning with the first retrieval, I think I was taking 1 or 2 CoQ10s, and I slacked off because CoQ10 is not a inexpensive pill. So, and me and my husband both had to take it. So we ran out, and I didn't get any more because the bottle that we would have replaced it with would have been way more than what we needed. So, you know, you really don't use it after that. I see some people still use CoQ10 once they're pregnant, but my nurse told me there was not enough scientific evidence to say whether it was helpful or hurtful to use after, you know, once you get pregnant. So, that being said, we did use CoQ10 this time, and I used a higher dosage. I think I was using one that was like maybe 200 or 100, and maybe I was taking 2 of those. Because I remember the pills were much smaller than these pills that I have. So this is the CoQ10 that I used, me and my husband used. You can see it's about almost gone. I got this from Walmart. It was somewhere in the range of, I think, 20 something, almost $30, if not more. It's $150 in here, and I figured that since me and my husband both were going to be taking this, we needed a larger bottle, so we went out. So the ones that I took last time were not this big. They were not this big. Here's the size of them. It kind of look like a jelly bean, but yeah. I took, now these are 200. I took 3 of these every day before starting Retrieval. Like once we, I think once I started birth control, I started taking these. Now I didn't take them every day faithfully during birth control. I just kind of wanted to get in the regimen of taking it. Me and hubby took these. Now let me tell you, hubby took these faithfully the first time around. This time around, he took them in the beginning when I was taking birth control. When I was taking birth control, he had to give his sample so that they could test his sperm to see, you know, like what it was, like if it was good, bad, or, you know, how many millions of sperm he had, whatever. I don't know. So he done that, and we've done this before, right? Let me just say that we've done this before. He thought that when he gave his sample, that was it. He didn't have to do anything else for Retrieval, whatever. He thought that was it. Now, with that being said, once he gave his sample, he stopped taking this. Don't know why. And I noticed that he stopped taking it because when I put this on his side of the bed, so it would be a reminder to take. So I will always have to come to his side of the bed to take mine. And I noticed that the bottle, like if I'm taking 3, he's taking 3, that's 6 a day that's gone. And the bottle should be, getting empty. And I didn't notice that. So I was like, hey, are you still taking a CoQ10? He was like, no, I already gave my sample. There's nothing else that I need to do. And I'm like, yes, you have, but that was for the testing. I said, you still have to give your sample at the retrieval. He was like, I already done it. I was like, how did you already do it? I haven't done the retrieval yet. Like, I'm still taking medicine for the retrieval. And he was like, we didn't do that last time. I said, yes, you did, because whose babies would these be if whose sample was mixed with these eggs? So he said that he didn't remember doing it a second time. I remember because when they was wheeling me out the first time doing retrieval, they had him exit the room with me, go give his sample, and then he was coming back after I came back from retrieval surgery. So once he realized that he had to do that again, he started back taking these, which was so funny. So for a period of time, like during retrieval, or not during retrieval, but during stems, he stopped taking these. But we still got a good report. I don't know how many he stopped or how many days. I just know that after he gave the sample, like that was sometime like in birth control. And I think I took 14, 15 days of birth control, so I'm not for sure like what day he stopped, but he stopped, and I didn't realize that he did not take them again until we were like kind of midways in stems. So it's probably why we have this amount left. But again, this is 200. I took 3 of these a day. I also took zinc. My not birth control, but my prenatals, I'm pretty sure has zinc in it. But if you don't know, we are in the middle of a pandemic, and zinc helps to build your immune system to fight off any infection, or cold or whatever that you get. It's supposed to fight it off or help to build your immune system up so that you don't get sick. This is zinc. It's 50 milligrams, and I took only 1 as advised on the back. Some days I took 2, like if I skipped a day the day before, I may have taken 2, but I did not take more than that. I can say I did realize like some weird things happening when I took 2, like my stomach would be upset or something, or I would feel nauseous or something like this when I took 2. So I would, if I skipped a day or something, I would try to like eat food before I take this, because most of the time I take like my vitamins and stuff on an empty stomach sometimes, or just when I remember it. So but yeah, took 1 of these. And I also took vitamin D3. This is 1,000 IUs. And I took 3 of these because my vitamin D is low. So I take 3 of these in addition to what's in my prenatal. So I took these. These are very small. I didn't show you, but like these are really small. So I took 3 of these. There's your capsule, as you can see. Now this one I didn't show you what it looks like. It kind of reminds me of like a Tic Tac. I took that, and folic acid. I took this. Sorry, looking outside. I took this. I took 1 of these. I ordered these off of Amazon because I couldn't find like the folic acid in. I couldn't find the folic acid in Walmart. I couldn't find the folic acid at Walmart. in this brand, and I really like this brand. So I ordered it off of Amazon. It said folic acid, but it came with folate, and I was surprised because I couldn't find the folate either. Folate is supposed to be a better grade of folic acid because some people do not digest the folic acid, or it doesn't break down the way it should, so you may not actually get folic acid. You will not know it until, like, I mean, you're tested or whatnot, and you know they see that it's low. But folate is supposed to be better broken down so your body could absorb it easier than the folic acid. So I was actually excited that I got this, and it's 400 tabs. I take one in addition to my prenatal, and my prenatal does have folate also. So yeah, these are very small. The taste on these is pretty sure most of you guys, if you're doing this, you probably have these already. It's not a big difference from the folic acid one that I was taking. Kind of both of them agree. And I took these vitamin B12. I love these. I love these because they do. I notice these do give you energy. And I take 2 of these. These are a cherry flavor, and I just love these. Sometimes, like, I wake up in the middle of the night, sometimes maybe like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you know, towards the end of the day, I'm trying to find the energy that I can to stay up watching TV with my husband or spending some quality time. And I noticed this definitely helps me to stretch that time. And I know when I do not take these. So sometimes I take them in the morning, sometimes I take them midday. I like taking them midday better than in the morning because it gives me that better stretch throughout the day. These, I love these prenatals. Oh my goodness, I love these. These are the gel capsules. I've taken the hard pills of these before, and they don't absorb well. I mean, I feel like when I go pee, I see that bright highlighter yellow color in my urine, and I hate that. That means that my body is flushing all of that right back out. So that means that my body didn't absorb it. So my body doesn't really like that. Means I'm not getting everything that's on this back label into my body. So I don't like that. With these, it does not happen. These are the gel caps. I guess my body likes this a lot better. Vitamins when I get vitamins and I see that, you know, the highlighter yellow, I don't even buy them again because my body's not breaking them down and absorbing them. So it's just a waste. So this does have the folate in it as well. So yeah, it has a ton of different things. I got this one. Okay, so this one does. It has the DHA in it too, which is great. And it says 19 other nutrients for baby's development and mom. So I really like these. Now, I had hubby taking these as a prenatal. These are really good. There is a community out there that is about Geritol and pregnancy. These do work to help get women pregnant. I was one of them. I took these, and I took the liquid as well, with my last pregnancy that ended in ectopic. Now, there is an app called Glow, and you can go on it. And then there's a group for Geritol. That's how I found out about them. A lot of people were claiming to get pregnant. This was like around 2018. A lot of people were not complaining, but saying that they were getting pregnant with the Geritol. And I was like, let me try it. So I tried it. I was pregnant. And I think I was taking the liquid around that time. I done a post. You may find my post there. Um, on Glow. My name is Lala on Glow. So you may see that in the Geritol group. It's way, way down because sometimes I go and look at it myself. But yeah, it's there. And I mean, I think I tell exactly what I've done with this. But I had my husband taking that as just a prenatal, not a, oh God, not as a prenatal, but just a vitamin. And it has like a ton of vitamins here. He can tell when he takes this. He does things a little backwards. So sometimes he'll take this at night. I don't know why. Then he stays up to 2, 1 o'clock in the morning watching Netflix. And he's wondering why he can't, why he can't go to sleep. Now, this one is special. I've taken this for a while. This is probably maybe like my third or fourth bottle, because sometimes they come in a 2-pack. And this is my last bottle. So okay, before let me round up. Okay, I took this before my ectopic pregnancy. I took this because it helps to regulate things in your body. My cycle was never abnormal, like to an extent to where I didn't have them regularly. I know when I had my ectopic surgery, that did kind of mess things up. Like my cycle got shorter. And I know with a shorter cycle, you ovulate earlier, a lot of things happen earlier. And sometimes your body doesn't have enough time to produce what it needs to produce for pregnancy. So I started taking this. Oh no. It's another one too. And they're made by the same company, but I was taking this in Vitex, and I have the Vitex downstairs. I didn't think to bring it up. I took both of those together in 2018 to help regulate my body. And oh my goodness, when I took both of those together, I felt so good. Like anxiety about whatever that I was worrying about was gone. Like it definitely regulate hormones, make you feel normal. Didn't know that I wasn't feeling normal, but it made me feel so much better. But anyway, I took both of those. But the reason why I took this one is because when you do IVF, doctors put you on birth control so that they can have control of your cycle, things that are going to happen or whatnot, and they stretch it out. So my cycle had gotten to like 25 days or so. 24, 25 days. Normal one is like 28. And with that, my cycle, like when I took a break after our last miscarriage, I took a break and I found myself like waiting for my period to start. I'm like, why is it so late? Why is it so late? Like, because my body was being used to stretching it out like so many days, because you're on birth control 15 days. Then, you go into using estrogen, and then you use progesterone, and then you do embryo transfer, and you wait in for pregnancy tests, like it's stretched out for a while. And then if you have a miscarriage, it's like your body starts a period then. So I use this to get myself back regulated. Like if I wanted to go back into a cycle or whatever, and I'm just didn't want to be hanging out waiting on it, this right here make it comes in a matter of days. So I took this to help that. I took this maybe in July when I wanted to get ready for another upcoming cycle. And then I took it again in probably August to get ready for another cycle. So, and I done that because at that time I was on a time crunch, because my clinic does a shutdown. They're shut down this year, which I didn't know before, but I know they always do one. Right now it's the last 3 weeks of December. So you have to have your transfer done the last 3 weeks of December, or before the last 3 weeks of December, or it cannot happen. So, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. So, I knew where we are with my insurance. Like, I met my out-of-pocket max, so everything that I do this year is free after that. So I'm like, okay, well, let's do well, I'm saying like no copays for doctor's visits and, you know, procedures, no, you know, none of those copays or, you know, service fees, nothing that I have to pay. So I was trying to get a certain amount of things done this year so I could eliminate some costs. So that's why I was like, okay, well, when we tested our embryos, I knew that there was some that we would have to get through before we can do another retrieval. And so I didn't realize so many would be abnormal. So once we got down to 3, I was like, okay, well, we can do, you know, 2 transfers in the end of the year and, you know, potentially do another retrieval. So it was crunch time. So I was like, okay. They like, call me on day 1 of your period. Okay, got day 1, you know, and that helped me get through that. I didn't take this going into stems because sometimes they look at certain numbers and I didn't want that to push me back. It just came by itself because the last cycle that I went into was a natural cycle. So, which was great because it was your body naturally doing, you know, things, and it started on time for me for there. But that is it. I just wanted to show you guys what I took. Now, there are different forms of this. Be careful when you're looking for this because you want red raspberry leaf. Okay. This is the same. This is just a tea version. This is organic red raspberry leaf. Okay, you want the leaf. Now, there is this, just red raspberry. This is tea. These are not the same. This is just red raspberry. That's it, no leaf. This is red raspberry leaf. They're 2 different things. So when you're looking for this, make sure it's either one of these, red raspberry leaf. If you're looking for something to help you get regulated, use these. Okay. All right. And that is it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I will answer your questions. Hope you guys subscribe to my channel so you can stay tuned in for the upcoming videos because we got some exciting things to do ahead. Talk to you guys later. Bye.